Tuesday, October the 18th, 2022 on this Gregorian calendar. Blue star Kachina, green orb, red sun, multiple object, star family, years out. Blue Kachina, 7 o'clock position. Hold on. See the lens flares to the right, up and down. Blue Kachina, look, that circle, that blue staying in position at the 7 o'clock position. Now, slide in, let's see what's happening up here. Wow. Pulsating sun. Wow. I want y'all to pay attention to something. This is all I want y'all to pay attention to. Whenever the moon looks like it's look like the distance of the moon, whenever the distance of the moon looks further away from Earth than the sun do, look at the temperature outside. Pay attention to the temperature outside. Watch how cold it is outside. Whenever the distance of the moon looks or appears to be farther than this light source that we have right here, look at how cold it is outside. Climatologists, researchers have come to an astonishing discovery that during the time when Christopher Columbus did all that slaughtering, that the climate on the planet had cooled down tremendously. Like it got ice cold on this fucking planet after all the killing that Christopher Columbus had did. What'd that tell you? And let me just say this to you, right? This green orb, the distance between the top of that, the distance between that green orb and this white light has closing. The gap has closing. Remember that green orb, I couldn't zoom in this, and I'm not even zoomed all the way in for real. But I had to stay back like maybe, let's say about this distance right here in order for, no, I had to stay back, go back a little further, because when you look at this, right, maybe because it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I don't know, I'm gonna assume that, because I was thinking that the green orb above the white light that we call a sun that's pulsating, that the distance between that is closing too. Remember, the blue Kachina was directly over the 1 o'clock position. Now the blue Kachina is at the 7 o'clock position. This right here is above. This looks like, you know, sometimes I look at this and it looks like between the 12 and 1 o'clock position too as well. But again, the color of it is changing. If you look to the left, you see the two lens flares to the right. But if you look to the left, just like I used to see the green orb and that lens flare, you see that blue lens flare that's going up and down? To the left, that blue lens flare. That's what the green lens flare used to be. It used to be like that with the green lens flare when the blue orb was visible. I mean, this is an amazing time to be alive. This is our home, one of many. And yesterday, I mean, I tell you, my brothers and sisters, I want y'all to know something right now. You know, our brothers and sisters that are in law enforcement, that are in uniform, they're waking up. They're waking up. And their co-workers know that they are waking up. To the point where as though that they are intimidated. Like they are very cautious about when I'm speaking to them, because they don't really want me talking to them. You should see it. And you wouldn't even be surprised of who is attacking me or who's more mad at me. You wouldn't even be surprised. You wouldn't even be surprised. Older police women, women that are in law enforcement that are older. They are so negative, my people. They love these people. They love these people, man. I'm telling you. I want to say to you, so-called black woman that's in law enforcement, you know, it's sad when you can announce out your mouth that 500 people died in Philadelphia, black people died by gun violence here in Philadelphia. But when I say to you, what was the reasoning for 274,000 women and children to be slaughtered per day? That you literally get mad at me for bringing that to your attention versus us talking about the violence that is taking place with our species based off psychological issues, neurological issues, PTSD. I mean, we are destroyed people. We were raped and abused for hundreds of years, not just by that white race, by the Asian race and the Arab race. How in the French toast could you ever turn a deaf ear and a blind eye to this and say our people are out of control because media is controlled, your education system is controlled, your law is controlled, your medical is controlled, because the one thing they don't want us to know is DNA and RNA, how a species came into existence, and the fact that we are completely different from them. I mean, are you really, you have the slightest idea how black women, older black women in uniform, law enforcement in Philadelphia, attacks me over the truth because they want to live this lie. This is sad. This is disgraceful. And how is it that you don't want to speak? How is it that if you care about children so much, I'm literally telling you, and any doctor or neurologist can tell you the same thing, that sugar is worse than crack or heroin. And you turn a deaf ear to that and have our children eating this on a day-to-day basis. And you call them crazy or out of control. Oh man, you have no idea, my people. You have zero idea. I value you, my people. I sincerely do. I sincerely do. I sincerely do. I value. But this is Green. And this is over. And this is over. This is over. Protect yourself at all times with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. Kalama Amin Ra, God gene for life. Until you can explain to me how did we come to turn a deaf ear to over 274,000 carbonated women and children per day. 274. So in 7 days, from Sunday to Sunday, that's 1.9 million. So until we can get those numbers right, don't you ever tell me about any destruction that black people are doing. Don't you ever tell me about what we are doing to each other, because we will never scratch the surface to what was done to us.